Now, like it says, this is a video about solving problems involving income tax, and we're told when the net income increases, we have to find the gross increase. This particular question starts off like an ordinary tax question, so let's do that without further ado. Okay, I've done it up here pretty promptly. The cutoff is 32,000. The balance, which is 45,000 minus 32, that's 13,000. That's 20%, 41%. We add them together, we get our gross tax at this, we take away our tax credits, and we get our net tax, which is part A. So that's the answer to part A, and I'd probably underline that and write that's the answer. Answer to part A, and we underline it maybe. Oops. Okay, that's the answer to part A. Now let's look at part B. Chad pays tax at the same rate as Jenny. His tax credits are 3,900 and he has the same standard cut-off point as Jenny. His total tax payable amounts to this. Calculate his gross income. So now we're starting at the bottom. We have his net tax, which is equal to 13,680. 13,680. That's his net tax. And we have his tax credits at 3,900. So we have to add those two up to get what his gross tax would have been. There's credits. And we add these up to get his gross tax. So that's going to give us 17,580. That's his gross tax. That came from 6,400. That won't have changed from over here. That'll still be the same, 6,400. But now we've got to work out what this bit here will be. That's going to be 11,180. Because these two, 6,400 and this, add up to 17,580. This is here was at 41%. So to work out this, which gave us 11,180, we divide 11,180 by 0.41. And that's going to give me 27,268. 27,268. So I'll say that again. In order to get from this what amount of money was taxed at 41% to give us 11,180, I divide 11,180 by 41%. So 11,180 divided by 0.41 or 41%, which is equal to this. And the 6,400, its amount of money, well, we already know that it's 32,000. So we're working back up. And these two add up to give us his gross money, which is equal to 59,268. 59,268. And I think there's some decimal points in here as well. I think there's a 29 cents there. 29. So that's his gross income. I hope that helped. Now, here's another question you might like to try. Pause the video for a few minutes, have a go at it, and then press play to watch the rest. Watch the solution. Okay, here's the solution. This is from the book, so you can see they don't quite follow the same. They do their arrows going left to right, as opposed to we go from the bottom up. However, it's still the same way. Part A, we have to work out this Chloe's net income. So we have our 32,000 cut off at 20%, the other at 41%. We add these up to get the gross tax. We then take away the credits, gives us the net tax. So her net income, which is the question for part A, is equal to her gross salary, take away her net tax, gives us a net income of 3,643. The following year, her gross income increases. The tax rates and cut-off points and tax credits remain unchanged, but her net tax amounts now to 15,640. What is her new gross income? Have a look at the way they do it here, and then it's the same way that I've been showing you in the previous part of this video. We start off with the new net tax, 15,640, add on our credits to get the gross tax. We divide our gross tax up into the bit that was at 20%, which is 6,560. That side will remain the same. Look, 650 there, that doesn't change because that was all at 20%. So in our new increased salary, that's not going to be affected. So we get 32,800 here. And then in order to get the 11,910, I subtract the 6,560 from here because these two have to add up to 18,470. I get 11,910. I then divide it by 41%, which is what this was taxed at, to get 29,048, and then I add these two together to give myself 61,848. And there's decimal points in here as well, probably there. So that's how you do that. I hope that helped. Thank you.